demand that we take some banger photographs today. Let me know if you guys could tell like which ones were taken with the DSLR and which one are just normal iPhone pictures. I'm super excited. Before I get to the whole thing, why we're here, let's roll it back to the beginning and start from there, shall we? Alrighty, welcome back to another episode. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to take absolutely banger photographs of your rifles. Now, why do you want to take cool pictures of your rifle? Well, if you're like me, you've probably invested in some nice kit. Even if it's a super affordable rifle, you've obviously parted with your hard-earned money. So in today's video, I'm going to show you some tips and tricks as to how to take better photos of your rifles without necessarily needing a fancy DSLR. So I want you guys to sort of spot, if you can, which photos were taken with an iPhone with a broken screen, because you know we're outdoor, hashtag outdoor life, and which photos were taken with the fancy DSLR. So a couple of things. We're going to be using this XRS. Now this is not a standard XRS, okay? This is officially voted for by me the hottest XRS in existence. Today's episode is obviously sponsored by our friends over at Modular Driven Technologies. Okay, we've got the XRS here. I Cerakoted this yesterday. By the way, this is a service that we offer down here in Cape Town. If you want to get your chassis painted up like this, how freaking badass does that look? Can't wait to pop that rifle into this guy. I'm gonna lean that over like that. The XRS obviously comes with detachable grips. You can swap out the grip for whatever grip angle you want. We're gonna pop our little Creedmoor into this guy. Okay, obviously this is YouTube, so we can't show that. So I'll be using a torque wrench, a little hex wrench set. Both of these are linked down below on Amazon for our American viewers. If you want to help out the channel too, buying on our Amazon links gets us a teeny bit of revenue that does go a long way to helping us what we do here. Now I'm going to clamp everything up in my vise. Now a lot of you have asked in the past, like, what sort of inserts have you got in your vise? This is quite simple, 2 little wooden blocks, and we've glued some cork to the front of it so it doesn't mar up your barrel or whatever you are clamping to. And obviously we've got this in my new sort of mounting plate that you can swap out your press or whatever, and this is finally on my website now too, down below. Anyway, without further ado, this is YouTube. I cannot show you guys how we assemble this. I'll see you after the intro. So I've kind of placed this pretty strategically. I don't want you guys to see too much, however you would have seen a little bit more than likely in like the teaser intro. Anyway, I'm going to pack everything up. I'm probably going to end up taking the ACC behind me out too, because I want to take some very specific pictures in the crops. I've also got some products that we're testing out, and by testing I kind of mean playing with, that we aren't allowed to show yet. This guy is super heavy at the moment, running all the weights. And that banana is also available. I'm gonna link that down below too. Anyway, let's head out. I'll see you guys out in the crops. So one of the most important things is obviously to frame up your shot well. Now I quite like having something in the foreground. Now you guys will see sort of the wheat blowing in front of the lens a little bit. I've set up on my tripod here. This gets me off the ground just a little bit so we can sort of see the power lines and the stuff. Now you say, Pete, what the hell, bro? You did an old switcheroo on the rifle. Yeah, I did. Unfortunately, I brought the wrong size M-LOK screws to go and clip the ARCA rail, so I can't use the tripod. Luckily, I did bring this rifle out. Obviously, it's the ACC's got an ARCA rail built in, so I was able to pop this in. But we are going to improvise, and I'm going to go down there. There's a cool rusted gate that I think will make for some stunning pictures. So I've snapped a few of these. I've also snapped some on my iPhone. I will show you guys a really nice little trick here. So I quite like using the portrait mode. Okay, so if I go portrait mode, and that's sort of going to give you that blurry background. I quite like to step away a little bit. We're going to tap on our screen over there. Make sure we get focused. Nice. Okay, try and frame that up. Boom, banger. Now also you can adjust the brightness by dragging down or going up a little bit. I think up looks a little bit better, and money. Boom, boom, boom. I always try and do like 2, 3 just to make sure we're safe. Anyway, let's set up on the gate down there and see if we can get some cool photos. Okay, so I've switched up microphones a bit, so it might be a little bit more windy. We are underneath these cables. They are buzzing with energy. We set up back here. By the way, this is our brand new Impact shooting bags. Without a doubt, the best bags made in South Africa. I can attest to that because I bought everything that's made here. I'm gonna link these guys down below. This chassis looks so freaking cool. I'm gonna snap a few pictures. I'm gonna snap some pics, I think sort of in this way, and then what I'm gonna try to do, I'm gonna see if we can balance this guy. Maybe if we can try our luck, get something like that done. Oh, dude, that is gonna look killer until it falls off the gate. But that photograph this way, that's kind of what we're looking for. But yeah, I guess you got to just keep your eyes open. There's opportunities everywhere to take some killer photos of your rifle. Now it's the little details that go a long way. So I'm gonna actually swap out these thumb screws, okay, so that they are on this side of the rifle, because this is kind of where the action is. We may even put a little 2-round holder on there to add some more detail. I think I did bring one out. Let's just get this to go in. Put that guy there. This rifle's gonna fall off there in a hurry. So when I take these pics, I'm gonna run back to the camera, make sure everything's good, set up the camera without having the rifle here. By the way, we accept no responsibility for anybody dropping their rifle, and it goes without freaking saying, even though there's a mag in, the rifle has been safety checked like a gazillion times. Okay, by the way, what do you guys think? Super neat little hunting setup. If we didn't have this tank of a scope, the Razor Gen 2, which is super heavy, with the little 5-round mag, which almost sort of sits flush there, I can show you that like that, and maybe something like an AMG, could be a really nice little hunting rig. And I'm thinking I'm probably gonna do my my XRS in this camo. It looks so good. Okay, let's take some pics with this one, but let's sort of get centered up on the gate. By the way, check how cool this bag is, okay? Got my little logo, got my little signature on the back. Boom. Very, very cool. Super stoked with how these came out. So, kind of done. Super annoying crow above us, but that's kind of how things go on this channel. I've got the rifle leaned up against the gate. The rusted gate with the texture and the paint job with the Razor's bronze color looks so good. If I had a 22 rimfire here, you'd be dead, son. Honestly, this channel's cursed with birds. Anyway, this looks super cool. I'm gonna have these pictures available if you guys want to download them. Link below. Some cool iPhone wallpapers maybe. Yeah, maybe we'll slap an Impact Shooting logo on there or something like that. If you haven't subscribed to this channel by now, or told your friends about this channel, please take a second after the video to do that. Always remember, drop a like. Anyway, done with this location. I'm gonna probably snap a few more photos, and then we'll head down to our next location. Okay, so I was about to pack up, then realized I'm at this epic structure. Why not just snap a couple of pictures while we're over here? Some important tips is try change up the angle like we've done now. The gate's like 50 meters that way, not even 50. 30 meters that way. The first location was like another 20 meters the other way. So yeah, just switching it up, looking around in your environment, like what could look cool. Now for me, obviously this is my job, but I mean, you could be at the range, and just the difference between taking a few empty cases and like scattering them down there or whatever and making it look natural, that could be the difference between, you know, like a super photo or like, wow, that looks like a really cool photo. So just be a little bit more creative. Anyway, I'm gonna snap a few more pictures. I want to get sort of this angle. I love this angle from the back here with the Razor and everything. It looks so good. Okay, and then we're gonna go to like the tree section. By the way, today is also like super overcast, which is not the easiest day to take photos on. Of course, the light's changing the whole time, but with if you're taking on a phone, it shouldn't be that much of a problem. But I'm taking with this camera, taking in manual, so it's adjusting settings the whole time. But I'm not really good at taking pictures, I'm gonna be dead honest. Well, I kind of know what I like in a cool picture. I suck when it comes to editing the pictures. So yeah, there's that. Right, okay, so we have arrived at our second sort of location. Now that first location was literally like 5 minutes from my house, so you don't need to go all out. This one's a little bit further. I haven't actually come this deep in here. But there's a super cool tree. on the side here that I'm hoping to grab some photos of. I've got both rifles in. There are these seedy, grassy things everywhere, in my shoes, in my pants. It's getting pretty itchy. There's two stumps here that are gonna take super cool pictures. Kind of moved all the rifles here, ACC and the XRS obviously, so I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. Also want to showcase the impact bag. So yeah, let's grab some photos. So one of the first things I did here was walk around and sort of scout, and I noticed that somebody actually tried to build a shelter in here. There's the stumps I was telling you guys about, and more importantly over here is the large stump that I think will take a really cool picture. And then I've got sort of a picture picked out, I think, on one of those ones right over there. Happy with the composition. Ideally I'd want that fence out, but I'm gonna set the aperture so the fence will be completely faded out. Right, so that was it. The video kind of ended abruptly. Should have taken more than one battery, but we ended up getting some stellar pictures. Let me know which picture was your favorite. I'm going to show you guys a couple in terms of which was taken on the cell phone and which was taken on the fancy sort of camera that I'm filming this on. Honestly, my favorite picture of the lot is an iPhone photo. The one on the gate with the rusted fence, and I sort of edited it on an iPhone app. It's super simple. And I love the way that turned out. I've also got the DSLR version of that, and it also looks really good, but I just think the framing on the iPhone one, just because I was just going the framing on the iPhone one was just, everything sort of worked out there, and it looked really cool. So I was super happy with how that came out. Now, why do I take the effort to go and take fancy photographs of my rifles? Well, first of all, I think sort of as a shooter, I like having nice photographs of my rifles, and obviously for me, I have some stuff that is sponsored. And from my side, from a business perspective too, I like showing off, the super cool XRS chassis that I painted up, or our new muzzle brake, or the scope, or whatever the case may be. So, and by showing off, I more mean showcasing, not necessarily bragging because I have a Razor or whatever, Yeah, so I hope that helps you guys. Let's use the hashtag ImpactShootingChallenge on Instagram if you guys want to show me some pictures of your rifles that you've taken recently. And I look forward to seeing what sort of pictures you guys can come up with and share some ideas maybe. And I really look forward to seeing what your builds look like. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a hell of a lot of fun for me to make. It's something I wanted to make for you for quite a while, so I'm super cool that I was able to get this out. So make sure you're following me on Instagram. I will be sharing some of the photos we've taken and also some of the products that we've been playing with that we're not allowed to show yet. They will be on my Instagram as soon as sort of that embargo is lifted. And obviously, there'll be a video, right? So yeah, super cool. I'm glad you guys watched the video. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next one. If you want to support the channel at all, you can have a look down here for my precision rifle course. That helps us out a ton. I've also got a reloading course, so all of those links are down there. If you want to support us on Patreon, you can do that down here. And right below the video, you can subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate that. And if you want to check out some of the wallpapers, I've also got that link below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.